for the moment, 4800 on the Nifty, so it's a quiet morning of trade. Let's get some more perspective. Vetri Subramaniam, Head of Equity Funds at Religare Mutual Fund, has joined us now. Morning, Vetri, good to see you. And you've been a bit circumspect about the market for quite a while now. Do you think we are done with 500, 600 points on the Nifty, or you would bet on more downside?
So it's always hard to kind of put your finger at a point and say this is it and no more, Udyan. But the good thing is that 5 or 6 months effectively, the lows that we saw a few days ago were pretty much in line with the levels that we saw maybe going all the way back to August. And our concern has been that at 17 odd times 1 year forward earnings, which is the kind of level the market had reached in September or at the peaks in early October, the market was looking pricey. I think 4 or 5 months of going nowhere, you've seen some amount of time pass. So now when we look at it on a 12-month forward basis, it has sort of cooled off closer to about 15 and a half times. So it's dropped back, I would say, more into the comfort zone. But we are also seeing a little bit of a spike in volatility, and I think the other thing that still remains a hard reality that we will have to deal with is that the global correlations still remain very, very high. So I think it's going to continue to stay choppy in the run-up to the budget, which is anyway a very volatile event in India. So it will continue to stay choppy, and I think we'll perhaps continue to trade lightly over the next 2-3 months.
Vetri, morning. Do you think the market has the budget on its mind though, or there's a specific tack being taken here, or are we just struggling to muddle through all these global cues we have every morning?
Combination of both, I think. Obviously the global cues do sort of dominate the thought process, but again you've also got the budget. The only good thing that I see this time around going into the budget is that the expectations are very low. Typically you tend to see a flood of comments from the government and in all sort of media about what the budget might have. This time it's been fairly quiet, and if anything, a lot of the people seem to have telegraphed that some sort of a roadmap for the withdrawal of the stimulus, fiscal stimulus, will be visible in the budget. The market could have treated that negatively, but because it's been telegraphed in advance, I think we'll get through that perhaps a little bit more easily. But I've never seen a budget where the market wasn't volatile, and I'm not going to bet that it will be any less volatile this time around.
Some important flashes coming up on your screens. Government sources indicate to us, like we told you earlier, that perhaps the issue of pricing on petrol and diesel will be taken up today. The Kirit Parikh committee report may not be implemented in full, but the government may importantly look at issues such as dismantling the APM with safeguards. They may be talking about a price ban for petrol and diesel. Full report would have been manna, but this is step one.
Price hikes, Mithali, I don't think will excite the market. I mean, you could get a bit of a pop-up in HPBP for a day or two, but as long as this whole thing remains ad hoc, that okay, this hue and cry, give them a couple of rupees on petrol and then take it after, just deferred decision making for 3 to 6 months, that is something which the market has seen over the last many years. That will not excite it. You want to see a policy overhaul, and the disturbing line there was APM dismantling with safeguards, which probably means no dismantling, or we'll do small steps now, but every time crude goes to 80 plus, APM goes out of the window. So that's, if that is the safeguard, then I think this is another committee report which would have come and gone and done a great disservice to the sector. Not encouraging, the early signs or the reactions from the UPA. Never thought it would be totally encouraging, but we'll take it. I mean, this is not the final decision. Let's see what comes.
Yeah, but I think it may be more disappointing than having delayed a response on the committee report to them, because for all those who believe that this is going to be the big reform year, it doesn't seem like that, and you wonder why. They're not even shackled down by politics, so what gives?
Well, let's see what comes out. Let's not pass judgment in advance, Mithali, because this is just a source-based comment from the UPA. The cabinet, I don't think, has taken it up yet, so let the cabinet take it up. I believe the Prime Minister has a say in this matters, and he's inclined in a particular direction, and if he comes out and does something which is bolder than what we think we'll get, then we'll be very happy. So let the final word be said, and then we'll pass judgment.
The cynics will be silenced. Vetri, any thoughts on all this news on the oil and gas space?
Well, I think Udayan has summed up the sentiment quite well, so I don't think I should be adding to what he had to say. I think we need to see something which is not ad hoc and something which gives investors a sense of knowing exactly how government policy is going to handle changes in oil prices. Until we see that, I think it's going to stay an area which is of concern.
What are you doing, Vetri, now? I mean, you've had a 10% kind of correction, many stocks 15-odd%. Have stock prices come down to comfort levels in many cases, or you would as a fund manager wait for better entry prices to consider them?
I think we've definitely seen some stocks drop back into, the sort of comfort zone, but I would, stop short of saying that it's really dropped into what I would call very attractive or value territory. I think, there is still scope for, a lot of the stocks to drop even further from here. The other thing is, I think the whole, nature of earnings growth for next year, which gets talked about a lot, I think when you look behind the numbers, there's a slightly different picture, and that picture is that, everybody's talking about 25-27% earnings growth for next year. And I think I discussed this when I was on your channel a month or two ago, that a significant part of that earnings growth for 2011 is actually driven by the entire global commodity space. If you actually do a like-to-like comparison of what we would call the domestic consumption-driven companies, in fact, their year-on-year rate of growth in earnings might actually be a bit slower in 2011 as compared to the positive growth that they've already recorded in 2010. So I think when you look at it in the context of that consensus number of 26% earnings growth for 2011, you need to be a bit careful in terms of extrapolating that and presuming that the market is extremely cheap. It is not as cheap as it looks, and that is why we believe that there are still some pockets where stocks could drop further, and we'll be keeping an eye out for that.
Stay on that. We need to take a short break. We'll come back with more on trade. The mid-caps remain the more buoyant part of the market, but 4800 holds as well for the Nifty. We'll come back.